Hey guys, welcome to question FM232 of the Further Maths Fortify study guide. This question reads, consider the matrix recurrence relation below. We're told that S0, or the initial state matrix, is here. We're told that in order to get from one state to the next state, we must multiply one state matrix by our transition matrix to make it to the next one. Matrix T is a regular transition matrix. Given the above and given that S1 is equal to this vertical matrix here, which one of the following expressions is true? And we're given 5 different choices of A is greater than E, A less than B, those kinds of questions or those kinds of scenarios. However, we're not actually sure what these values of A, B, C, D, and E are yet. So our first step in this question is going to be to solve for these values. Now, 2 of them we can get fairly quickly. I'm just going to jot them down here. A, B, C, D, and E. I'm going to go through each of them. Now, 2 of them we can get fairly quickly, and those 2 are A and E, because when we are adding up our values, or when we're adding up the vertical components, the columns of our transition matrices, they should always add to 1. So 0.2 plus 0.7 will make 0.9, meaning that we have 0.1 left in order to fill our way up until that full 1. E is in a similar boat. We've got 0.1 and 0.4, which will make 0.5, meaning that E must have a value of 0.5. The B, C, and D are a little bit more tricky, however, not too tricky once you're aware of how to do them. Now, let's think for a moment here. We've got a transition matrix times a state matrix to get to another one, which means that if we have our transition matrix times our initial state matrix, that's what gets us our values in our next state matrix. Meaning that if we were to multiply the top row by this column, we should get an answer of 24, and we can use that to our advantage. So what we know here is that 0.2, so this 0.2 is going to line up with that 10, 0.2 times 10 plus B, whatever it might be, times 40, plus, and we've already figured out our value of A to be 0.5, so plus 0.5 times 20. So each of these elements lining up with those elements should give an answer of 24. And we can use this to our advantage because we can plug it into our calculator in solve and ask it to solve for that value of B. And we should get an answer of 0.3. So now we have a value of B, and we can use this same method with C and D also. So, for example, our next row contains A, C, and 0.4. We know the value of A. So once again, this second row is going to be plugged into our initial state matrix to give us this value of 25 down here, which means we've got 0.1 times 10 plus C times 40 plus 0.4 times 20 should come together to make 25. Once again, whacking this into solve, this should give us a value for C of 0.4. Our final unknown is D. Going through the same process again, this row here, this bottom row, the third row, plugged into our initial state matrix should give a value of 21. So we've got 0.7 times 10 plus D times 40 plus 0.1 times 20 should be equal to 21. Plugging this into solve for D, we should get an answer here of D being equal to 0.3. Alrighty. Now that you've completed this part, our 5 different options, Now I'm going to use A, B, C, D, E again. So try not to get confused between these are now our options to answer the question, whether it's going to be A, B, C, D, or E. Now A says that A is greater than E. So that's saying that 0.1 is greater than 0.5, which is incorrect. So 0.1 is not greater than 0.5. On to B. E is less than B. So they're saying 0.5 is less than 0.3. Once again, incorrect. C suggests that 0.1 is greater than 0.4. Incorrect. D says 0.3 is greater than 0.3. Incorrect. And E says 0.3 is less than 0.4, which is our correct answer. Guys, if you have any questions about how we did this, please drop them in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.